Team Sheppard, welcome back once again to another edition of Sheppard Speaks. I'm Brigadier General Kenyon Bell, commander of the 82nd Training Wing. And once again, today I'm with our command chief, Chief Master Sergeant Dina Mosley. And today we have the opportunity to visit with our 82nd Communications Squadron. So at the end of September, we closed out the end of the fiscal year, and we talked about all the money that was spent in order to make sure that the base was set up for success financially. Well, the Comm Squadron is doing something very similar in helping us refresh our infrastructure across the installation.
Yes, sir, they are. And so the team here is set to issue over 2,500 new computers. And that's going to replace some of our desktops and our laptops. And it's going to significantly improve our systems that we use here. So we're super proud of them. We're excited that they're going to be able to move out and get us updated, something that they do every 4 to 5 years. But additionally, once they come and they start issuing out these new computers, it's important that you follow the instruction that they give you as far as moving data. And they'll give you all the important pieces that you need to know about that, but follow their guidelines.
Well, in addition to everything that they're doing in the realm of infrastructure, our 82nd Communications Squadron Cyber Warriors and Tech Refresh folks are also celebrating, if you will, National Cybersecurity Awareness Month. And this is where all of us have some play in how we make sure and keep our network secure. Make no mistake about it, there are actors out there, nefarious actors, who want to do us harm, both the Air Force and larger Department of Defense. So one of the things that we can do is follow the instructions. You may have noticed there are some pop-ups that have come on your screen over the last couple of weeks. Pay attention to what those pop-ups are telling you, because it's going to help us keep our network safe. So that's another facet of what our Communications Squadron warriors do for us here at Sheppard Air Force Base.
Yes, sir, and it doesn't end there. So they've been helping us fight through COVID. And how do they do that? With communications. And I'm sure all of you have gotten a chance to experience working through Teams, working through Zoom. That's our comm folks, and we certainly appreciate the hard work, the long hours that they put in to make sure that we have still been able to communicate virtually online through these different comm systems. And so they've kept us going, they've kept the mission going here at Sheppard.
They really have, they really have. And when you get a chance to talk with our warriors here within the Communications Squadron, we have folks that are dedicated and all about this mission. Many times we don't really think about our communications folks until something is going wrong with the computer system. We've talked about the circle of doom and other unique type euphemisms that we have when things don't go quite right. But I'm gonna tell you, the folks here in the Comm Squadron, they've got a heart to serve. And you're gonna hear from a couple of them today. The first person that you're gonna hear from is a native of Texas, Brownsville, Texas, Mr. Arnaldo Matamoros. He is the BECO, the Base Equipment Custodial Officer. And he has been a part of our United States Air Force for well over 30 years, over 21 active duty, and since then been a part of our civil service. So you'll hear from him. And then you're also going to hear from a new Staff Sergeant Select who hails from Pennsylvania, and that is Staff Sergeant Select Trevor Haynes. And he is a part of our Communication Focal Point, or our CFP. And he is the most experienced person in our Communications Focal Point, so he's going to have you some unique things to talk to us about how this unit supports the base. So let's take a look, take a listen.
In general, Comm Squadron is responsible for the communications on Sheppard Air Force Base. You talk about a computer, that's communications. You talk about voice telephones, that's communication. LMR, land mobile radios, that's communication. So if it has to do with communications, Comm Squadron's involved. The base is currently maintaining 20,000 computers, aside from the 2,000 that are coming in for tech refresh. On a day-to-day basis, I manage IT equipment accounts and software accounts for the base. I help the property custodians establish turn-ins or transfers or disposals, which are turn-ins, or receive equipment that comes in at the warehouse.
I'm helping maintain the comm focal point. So what we do there is we answer phones. So anytime anybody has any computer issues or software issues, they'll call us. It's 676-HELP, and we're the ones that answer the phones. There's about 4 of us. We are in charge of maintaining technical responses and responding to outages and any degradations that happen with technical issues. Like he had mentioned before, LMR and giant voice, all that stuff is maintained by the Comm Squadron, and we are in charge of handling those outages and responding to them. My favorite part about Sheppard is our leadership. I like how we have a lot of civilians, and most of the civilians actually did serve themselves as active duty. So they have a lot of experience on both sides, and they've been here longer than anybody. When you go to a squadron that's full of active duty, a lot of times they rotate in and out so much that you kind of lose a lot of continuity. But when you're at a squadron with so many civilians, you maintain that knowledge and experience.
Okay, team, so hopefully you got a little understanding about some of the things that happen behind the scenes to be able to make our mission go here from the communication standpoint. And hopefully you have also noticed that throughout our pandemic, we've been able to utilize a lot of different communications technologies that we haven't been able to use before. Chief, you mentioned it a little bit earlier, from our CVR to Microsoft Teams. Our Communications Squadron technicians have been behind the scenes, making sure that all that is available to us. For those who have been home teleworking, VPN has come alive for us. Many people who have traveled before had a lot of problems with VPN, but from a corporate standpoint at the Air Force level, all the way down to here at base level, we've been able to work it out so that we can stay connected through the COVID environment.
Yes, sir. And make no mistake, we've all been challenged throughout this unprecedented pandemic. But our comm individuals, our comm technicians, our comm leaders, they have been right there with us, helping us fight through all sorts of communications, just like the boss mentioned. And so we are certainly proud of them. We're glad to be on their team right here at the 82nd Training Wing.
That's right. So as you've seen in some of the video that you've watched throughout today's segment, the tech refresh is ongoing. The other big takeaway is to make sure that you are doing your part to make sure that we are cyber secure. All the technicians within the 82nd Communications Squadron are here and have your back. So we want to thank the squadron leadership here, the squadron commander, Lieutenant Colonel Mark Aurelio, and his superintendent, Senior Master Sergeant Lewis Phillips. So thank you for allowing us to be able to come and spend some time with your cyber warriors, and appreciate everything that you do for us. Keep up the good job that you're doing to support Team Sheppard. Well done.